Again, some residents of a coastal community near Korle Gonno here in Accra are calling on authorities to deal with the indiscriminate dumping of filth into drainage systems in parts of the capital. They say they are bearing the brunt of the act, which has resulted in the heavy pollution of the ocean and the beach there. Some fishermen in the community also say they now catch plastics instead of fish. Maxwell Agbagba was there and now reports for our Filth exhibition series.
Let us learn to keep Ghana clean. Refuse here, refuse there, Bola everywhere.
Welcome to the audit drainage system which runs through the capital, Accra. Here, trash reigns supreme. This drainage system is responsible for carrying wastewater from different parts of the country directly into the ocean. But now, it has additional roles, carrying plastics and trash.
The Korle Lagoon itself will take a longer time because that's where we have more composition of material, which needs to take a longer time, maybe about a year or two to finish. We're going to have recreational facilities. That is the sea outfall. So along we have recreational facilities. Other infrastructure we can have.
Flashback to 2019, where officials proudly showcased plans to transform the audit drain into a recreational paradise, complete with yachts and cruise boats gliding through its waters. Fast forward 5 years, and the only thing cruising are more plastic bags. Those who suffer the effects are residents living around the coastal areas close to the audit drain where it enters the ocean. I'm in one of the communities near Jamestown, and here I've met one of the residents who is a fisherman. John Yaku no longer goes for fishing expedition but plastic expeditions, as his nets catches more plastics than fish. He may soon change his fishing rod into a plastic scoop because all the water bodies around him are also heavily polluted with plastics. He says the plastics are destroying our outboard motors. Sometimes they get entangled with it. Previously, we used to do communal labor before the onset of the rains. The drains are clean, but we don't do that again. It comes from upstream. The people up there pollute the drainage system, he said. Sabonikwe Jani believes more dustbins will prevent heavy pollution of the audit drainage system.
Not every community needs a dustbin. What I'm going to say that in about 90s, any community have a dustbin. But at us now, there's no community, any community have a dustbin. Everybody will make a dust rubbish. They always put in gutter near him, or maybe lagoon near him. So when the rain fall, you always pull through to the Korle Lagoon, and the Korle Lagoon to throw it into the beach. And the sea too, you don't want dirty. You always bring it out. So when you come here, you can see all the beach has made dirty, but not that. It's not the people here, but the people, all our brothers.
Another resident, Patrick Lamte, is incensed about the situation. He said there are no bins, so those who live close to the audit drain and the Korle dump their garbage in them. We are suffering because some people have to pay 1 cedi before they dump their garbage or defecate, so they do it illegally. Nanaba, a resident, is calling on city authorities to take action now. He said, the government has to do more to deal with this problem. It is a real problem that has to be dealt with.
Now, some victims of the flood disaster occasioned by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam last year say they are yet to get their lives back as they continue to reel under the harsh conditions, the aftermath. According to the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, 39,000 lives were affected, rendering some homeless. 6 months after the disaster, the future looks bleak as the government is yet to announce resettlement and compensation plans. In an upcoming Joy News documentary, Life After the Floods, some of them tell Joy News how rebuilding and survival after the floods has become extremely difficult.
Where I used to stay with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, so for now, the status of it is not even looking nice for you, as yourself you can see.
Okay.
There's no one in because I'm the one. I'm now living with my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very, very painful anytime when I get here. That's why you can even see there's no cleaning. Because when I get there, when I see things, then I don't know what to touch. I don't even know where to start from. So I feel very sad.
I alone, I'm having cassava farm about 10 acres. And the others, they are having. In Sikor right now, if you go to the farm top, everything tend to firewood. All our cassava tend to firewood. And we can't afford our life together. How are we going? And up to now, the village is not telling anything about our life. How are we going to survive?
The flood scattered everything because of the spirit. The piglets are all died. It take them away, and nothing remains.
So, at the time, you heard about how many pigs in here?
I have about 85. I'm very much annoyed with VR, and we are not hearing anything from them. My house collapsed, and we are all at Agbetikpo camp there. We at the tent where we are not getting it easy at all.
I'm America. I'm in Yelasin. The Anuka Alafama aton the Kama. Tawam in Yamara, the Bocatarama, Aquafato Tonto. Laman Yemen.
Now, Ghana Post has launched a historic postal stamp to celebrate Otumfuo's 82nd 25th anniversary. The Asante Hene was installed as the overlord of the Ashanti Kingdom on the 26th of April in 1999. According to the managing director of the Ghana Post, Bice Osei-Kofoɔ, Otumfuo has played a pivotal role in Ghana's development, and it is befitting that he is honored with a postal stamp.
So all around the world, commemorative stamps, just like Chairman said, are issued to either mark occasions or events, or also to celebrate personalities, or as definitive stamps. Now, today, we brief the media on a commemorative stamp on a personality, and none other a personality than the occupant of the golden stool, the Asante Hene, a stool that he had occupied for the last 25 years. And we chose today as a special day because today, the 26th of April, is exactly 25 years ago on such a day in an afternoon like this, traditionally, that Otumfuo swore the oath of allegiance to the Asante Kingdom. I'm also excited because the Asante Hene commemorative stamp transcends beyond its functional role as a postage stamp, but will become a symbol that stands for deep respect, admiration for Ghana as a country and the Asante Kingdom and its esteemed leader. The team at Ghana Post have approached this project with tremendous cultural sensitivity and foresight, ensuring that every detail of the stamp reflects the rich heritage of our nation, Ghana, and that of the Kingdom of Asante. Throughout the creative process of this stamp, it's been marked by countless brainstorming sections and long nights based on our motivation, which has always remained clear. We want to celebrate the indelible contributions of Otumfuo Osei Tutu to Ghana as a country, and the embodiment of Asante, that office, what it has done for Ghana as a country.
Away from the Ashanti region, let's talk education, because Ghana's education has been rated behind 124 countries in the latest Global Youth Development Index released by the Commonwealth Secretariat. Global Youth Development Index, which is an update of a report released earlier in 2023, is a resource for researchers, policymakers and civil society, including young people, to track progress on the sustainable development goals associated with youth development. Although the document places Ghana at an overall score of 105, the country does not appear to be faring well when it comes to education. My colleague Blaise Soga has more in the following report.
It was a gathering marking the anniversary of a renewed relationship between the British Empire and its former colonies. However, the celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Commonwealth came with the launch of a Global Youth Development Index. This document, which updates an earlier work done in 2023, seeks to enhance the status of young people by empowering them to build on their competencies and capabilities for life. Patricia Scotland is Secretary General of the Commonwealth.
The Youth Index is really the fulcrum of our understanding about what works, what doesn't work. And it's very satisfying to see the jump that there has been, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. We've been tracking this index now for 12 years. And what that means is we understand where we were, we understand where we are, but we also understand where we should be going.
In terms of education, the report paints the picture that sub-Saharan Africa recorded the second largest improvement as the regional average score increased by 10.41%, with 3/4 of its countries experiencing improvements. However, Ghana at the country level appears to be trailing behind the likes of El Salvador, as the country now places 125 on the updated Global Youth Development Index. But Patricia Scotland believes this should not be seen as competition, rather an opportunity for growth.
No, I think this is an opportunity for us to work together. If you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, they are a challenge for each and every one of us. This is not a competition between us. This is a competition between the threats that face us. And what we have learnt in our Commonwealth is if we coalesce around what works, if we share what does not work, if we collaborate, then we can compete together with those goals, and we can not only achieve them, we can beat them.
The Global Youth Development Index is seen as coming at an opportune time as the Commonwealth education ministers prepare for a summit next month where many African governments will be represented. Whatever the outcome, it is clear that the Commonwealth has more work to be done in securing a common future for its youthful population. Blaise Soga for Joy News, Commonwealth Secretariat, London.
Well, I bet you're going to love this next story I'm about to tell you. It's a story about a lady who gave up her search for true love after 2 failed marriages, each leaving its own scars. However, it was the death of her father and a visit to the mortuary that sparked an unexpected love story. The undertaker, who was hired to ready her father for burial, becoming the missing but found piece in Gifty's love puzzle. My colleague Joanne Nyame has more in Joy Prime's latest feature titled From Mortuary to Matrimony. Let me warn you, though, that this story contains scenes that may be disturbing to sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is therefore advised.
In the vicissitude of life, love sometimes finds its way through the darkest of times. Meet Gifty, a 34-year-old who has been in search of true love without success. In the depths of her sorrow, she discovered an unexpected beacon of love in the most unlikely places, the mortuary.
When he said the thing to me, I was thinking, it's like the pain, the sorrow just vanished.
Her love journey has been marked by sorrow and disappointment. But it was the loss of her father, a pillar of strength in her life, that shattered her world.
To be frank, I told the whole family that is my last marriage. I will not marry again because first didn't work, second didn't work. Why should I go for the third one?
Alone in her grief, she found comfort in the cold confines of the mortuary where her father's lifeless body lay. It was here, amid tears and questioning, that she encountered an unexpected ray of light. The undertaker, who was hired to ready her father for his final journey, became her source of comfort in her darkest hour. He became the missing but found piece in Gifty's love puzzle.
Though I was working, my attention was on her. Because the word that had been coming was touching my heart. I said, no. If this is the case, I have to approach this lady.
Their brief engagement in the morgue sparked what would ignite a love story neither of them saw coming.
I've told myself I won't get married again. We are in the same line. So when we come together, we could move ahead. We could be an example for somebody.
Listen to my story of love and death.
I started finding comfort whenever I am with him. I found comfort. So from there, as time goes on, like some 2-3 months, he proposed. Along the way, I agreed to his proposal. So from there, we started the relationship.
Today, Gifty and her husband stand hand in hand, having weathered the storms together. Their love, born in the most unlikely of places, has blossomed into a story of a new beginning. Sometimes, love finds us in the most unexpected moments, turning adversity into triumph. For Gifty and her husband, their journey from the mortuary to matrimony is a testament to the enduring power of love. A love that conquers even death itself. Juan Nyame's report.
We're back from the break with more stories. You're welcome back. Policy think tank Immani Africa has doubled down on its demand for an open process in evaluating the value for money and the necessity of audit services provided by Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited SML to the Ghana Revenue Authority. Vice President of Immani, Bright Simons, insists no more of Ghana's money should be allocated for the assurance services provided by SML until such an assessment is completed. He spoke on Newsfile earlier.
Still entitles SML to make almost $100 million a year for 10 years. Why is it 10 years? Because a 5-year contract, renewable again. And we know from the history of this company that there is no way in which that renewal will not be achieved. But at the very least, if you are doing an analysis, you look at exposure, and that exposure includes the possibility of renewal. So where do we get $100 million from? You look at the likely price increases in minerals and petroleum over the time, historical trend, and then you compute what would be the likely price. Then you strike that 0.75% for oil prices and the $0.75 per barrel for oil. So you look at production, and then you strike the 0.75% for price of gold, manganese, and other things we sell, and that's where we come with the we come to the $1 billion. We are happy to look at alternative analysis if SML or KPMG have done it, but this is based on what we have looked at from projections point of view. So these are the critical fact finding that KPMG made. Now, when KPMG moves from the facts to making analytical conclusions and then using that to make recommendations, here we have a problem. We have a problem because, as we stated from the outset, KPMG has a conflict of interest in this matter. It's been a service provider to GRA. It regularly looks for new business from GRA. We did not see how KPMG was going to be strict on GRA sufficiently because of this underlying challenge that it's continuing to do business with GRA and looks forward to getting more business from GRA. So that was a
Meanwhile, investigators on the GRA-SML deal have been demanding the publication of the full audit report from KPMG after exposing the anomalies in the contract. Lawyer and former Tamale Central MP Inusaf Hussaini says there was clear intention to keep the contract out of the public's eye.
But even the second contract that was prepared, sent to, where they thought of adding the upstream sector and the mining sector to the contract. Go read the letter that was written by the director who calls himself Chef de Cabinet. That contract was prepared by the legal department of the Ministry of Finance and sent to the GRA and advises the GRA to send it to their legal department for review. Nowhere in that letter is it mentioned that after a review, the contract should be sent to the Attorney General's Department.
Meanwhile, SML continues to defend this assurance contract with the GRA. Here's SML's Director of Support Services, Yasewa Sapon.
Very important information that Ghanaians need to know.
Which one is that?
The duplication of effort. Because clearly, there is lack of domain understanding, and that is
lack
what
of domain understanding, including your own IT guru. In the documentary, Manasseh asked him a direct question. If you were to choose between your system and what the MPA has, which one will you? And he says the MPA's own is superior. Yeah. He asked the MPA boss, Mustafa Hamid, what is going on? He says, I don't understand what is happening. And he says, with emphasis, that he intends to call all of you, the parties, to understand what exactly you are doing, because from where he sits, what you are doing is potentially duplicitous, his words.
Well, and I have the letter to prove also, because this is a letter signed by Honorable Mustafa Hamid, also saying that it is good initiative that we even go ahead and form operational team for installing tank gauging system, which Bryce Simons was saying that NPA is doing it. That is why I want to set the record straight that what they are saying SML is doing, NPA is doing, is wrong. It's not the situation in the industry, okay?
Let's head to the Asante region now, where the Love FM Telecel Health and Fitness Walk lived up to expectation as hundreds of excited patrons joined the exercise in Kumasi. Individuals, groups and staff of some corporate institutions trooped to the Kumasi City Mall for the 9-kilometer walk, which included so many activities and health screening. Nanya Yao Boache has more in the following report.
So there is always one place to be right after every Easter celebration. It is for you to join the Telecel Love FM Fitness Walk. This is the second edition in the year, right after the New Year Fitness Walk. The Love FM Fitness Walk, in partnership with Telecel, has been super excited, with hundreds of people walking through the principal streets of Kumasi to exercise our body for the months ahead of us.
It's very good, and I encourage everyone to join anytime that you are doing it. I joined this fitness walk with Love FM almost 5 years ago. Okay. And anytime that they are doing, I used to come. It's very good. Great. It's very good.
If I were to be asked to make that distance by myself, I don't think I would have. Great. But with the encouragement of others that give me the encouragement to always do it, and I'm going to pick it on so that it will be something I'll be doing it almost every time. And whenever Love organize such a thing, I'm always.
Well, that's it for the bulletin. But for more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Kenneth Jesse. Bye for now.